everybody? Welcome back aboard the SES Leviathan of Wrath. It's your boy General Wise back in the building. One time for Super Earth. Hoorah! And we back out here, man. Helldivers 2. Our recent success against the Illuminate, has done the thing. We got new orders. We gotta take another planet on the bot side to create a center for citizens, surveillance, and security. That sounds interesting. But anyway,
but their autocratic intentions
so
remain.
today, guys, this is a new year, new things, same mission.
The Illuminate once.
At ease, soldiers.
We will do it again.
And I figured the best way to start out 2025 was we're gonna go over our top 5
The bridge is yours.
best weapons
Take
and
us to the
stratagems to take with you on any mission for any faction. But first, I just like to say shout outs to all my fellow Helldivers, wishing all of you guys a happy New Year's. Shout out to Arrowhead for keeping the game hot for us, because I love this game. This is my most played game of 2024. This shit is peak gaming. I don't care what anybody says, and hopefully we can keep it going full steam into the new year. I'm looking forward to everything that happens. And for all my other divers out there, man, I look forward to seeing y'all out on the battlefield. Now let's get into the video. Alright, starting off at number 5, we have the AR-61 Tenderizer. And I know some people probably going to say, oh, well, they don't like this gun, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it, man. Listen, first of all, I like it because, it's clearly designed from off of Halo. Secondly, extended clip does the most damage out of all the ARs. Actually has the least recoil, does the most damage. Yes, light armor pen, but honestly, especially when it comes to bugs and Illuminate, this gun really excels. Now, against the Terminates, you have to be a bit of a sharpshooter or bring you something that's, a little anti-tank for the big guys. But short of that, it pretty much will clear any type of chaff or medium enemies that you come across. So, number 5, AR-61 Tenderizer. Let's go find number 4. We're scrolling down. Now, this is going to be a controversial one. Some people may agree, some people may not. I like SMGs, so some people will get it. But the SMG-32, I'm sorry, y'all. The SMG-32, yes, this gun here, medium armor pen, 125 damage. It does shoot the least bullets out of all the ARs, but the trade-off is it does medium armor pen, and the fire capacity is a bit slower. So, in essence, you get a slower fire rate, but some heavier rounds. This excels very much also against the new faction, the Illuminate. I've also tested this on the bots. It's decent. Maybe it doesn't shoot fast enough, but I still feel like it's a good all-around gun for all factions when used properly. So, yeah. Number 4, SMG-32. Number 3, we're going to fall into the shotgun range. Now, when it comes to shotguns are some of my favorite weapons in the game before they start adding everything else. Now, the SG-225 Breaker legitimately used to be the best gun in the game before it was nerfed with the range, damage fall off. It used to be no damage fall off on this weapon when the game originally released. Like, you could snipe somebody with the shotgun from like so far away. It was ridiculous. But they changed it, altered it, which is fine. It's still always been a good gun. Great for crowd control on bugs or bots clearing chaff. Medium enemies, you might have to put a clip into them, but you still get it. Either way, it's still probably one of the better weapons, and just from my personal preference, it's number 3 on my list because formerly it was number 1. So I've dropped it all the way down to number 3. So number 3, SMG-225 Breaker shotgun. And like I said, and we're gonna throw, before we get to the top 2, we're gonna throw some honorable mentions in there. So we have a couple of honorable mentions, guys, because I have to just give them the honorable mentions. The Slugger gets an honorable mention. 1, because it staggers. 2, medium armor pen, and it hits pretty good, man. It's outstanding against the bots. I mean, honestly, it's outstanding against the bots. I haven't really tried it that much against the Illuminate, but I would assume they're kind of squishy outside of their heavier units, so it's probably really good against them. Another honorable mention. I could honorable mention honestly all the shotguns, but I honestly hate the spray and pray, and I hate the incendiary. I know bug divers were like obsessed with this gun, and it got nerfed a little bit, but honestly, this gun's trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. That gun's trash. Honestly, it's so many things you can play with that hit harder and do more. But I know bug divers are big fans of the incendiary breaker. So anyway, moving on. The SG-20 Hope. Honorable mention for two reasons. One, the damage. Two, the light and medium armor pin with the different rounds. You have the stun rounds, then you have the slug rounds. Excellent against bots. I mean, it's a pretty good all-around weapon. I even tried against the Illuminate. It's actually really, really good. It stuns the flying guys, pushes them back, and does the same thing with the ground troops, with the shields. So yeah, the overseers and stuff like that. So yeah, honorable mentions, man. The Breaker and the Hulk, they get honorable mentions along. I mean, they get honorable mentions. The Breaker, the Hulk, the Slugger, all really good shotguns. And I can see you taking them in any loading. But tier 3 is definitely gonna be the Breaker. All right, now let's get on to our top 2. Oh, and one more honorable mention. Don't sleep on the explosive crossbow. Goated. Goated. With certain loadouts, goated. Anyway, now we get down here to my favorite section of weapons. The energy-based weapons. These are some of my favorite weapons in the game. I could have picked any of these to be in my top 2, but only 2 guns. Ah, man, I just thought about it. I want to say, okay. We're gonna do 1A. Okay, we're gonna do number 2, and then we're gonna do 1 and 1A, because it's hard for me to pick between these 2 weapons, because they are like literally 2 of my favorite weapons right now. So number 2, the Sickle. Sickle is goated, except for on heat planets. As long as you're on any biome outside of a heat biome, the Sickle is goated. It's unlimited ammo as long as you don't let the cartridges run out and you're willing to let it charge. I mean, it's just excellent for every faction. Melts bugs, melts illuminate, melts bots. It's just a good all-around damn weapon, and one of my favorites. I like the aesthetic. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it shoots. Everything about this. I can't pick a negative about the Sickle that I can say right now. So number 2 on the tier list, we got the Sickle. Now we're gonna do 1 and 1A. So for 1A, we're gonna do the Scorcher. The Scorcher is probably, as far as war bond weapons go, you get this out of the free war bond, Helldivers Mobilized. This is probably, if not the best gun in that first war bond, it's probably the second. But I want to say it's probably the first, because it's just good on every faction. Explosive rounds, medium armor pins, steady fire rate. Now, do not shoot this at your feet, my fellow divers, because you will blow yourself up. Occupational hazard. But it is great for all factions. Shreds illuminate, shreds, it cooks on bots. I especially like to use the energy-based weapons against the bots, because those clankers, man, they can give you a headache. But yes, 1A, we're going to go with the Class 1 Scorcher. And my number 1 top tier S tier weapon, good for any faction, any mission, any enemy type, can basically knock off just about everything in the game. The Class 101 Purifier. Now, this gun before was probably one of the more weaker guns because of the firing rate and just the way they had it set up. But I knew when they first dropped this one in the Polar Patriots that if this gun ever got a buff, it would probably be the best weapon in the game. And as of right now, as we speak, given the factions and the things that we have to do, I would have to recommend this as the top gun in the game right now to use. The charge shot, max damage, doubles. You get 15 rounds. The recoil is so slight. You got 2 different firing modes, whether it's charge shot or firing shot, all with explosive rounds. Excellent at clearing chaff. 2 shots most medium-sized enemies. I mean, look, what more can you ask for? It stun locks the tripod overseers for the Illuminate. It can shoot gunships out of the air. I mean, what do you want? What more do you want? You know, given enough shots, it takes down Bio Titans, and it can take down a Bio Titan or a Charger. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want? There's just nothing else. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this weapon. Like I said, especially after the Buff Divers patch, this gun has become goated. Goated S tier all day. I don't care what nobody says. You can disagree or you can agree, but in my personal humble opinion, as a diver who's been on the front line since day one of the war, listen, this is the one right here. This is the one right here. But either way, guys, we got 1A and we got 1. Okay, I wasn't gonna do the 1A thing, but when I got down here, I looked at it and I was like, wow, I kind of have to slide that in there. I just can't. I just could not do it. Okay, so and honorable mentions. I mean, honestly, all of these weapons are good. If we're being honest, the Cypher's good. The Plasma Punisher's good. The Blitzer's good. All of these weapons are good. These are just my top 3 in this category. You know what I mean? And like I said, as far as the game goes, I mean, like I said, unlimited ammo, explosive rounds, medium armor pen, charged shot. I mean, what more do you want? What more can a Helldiver ask for? But anyway, with that being said, man, we're gonna we'll do secondaries in another video. Maybe even do grenades. And we might even cover the armor because, you know, Helldivers, Hell Drip, you know, fashion divers. You know what I mean? Is always a thing. So anyway, but I appreciate everybody joining me on this video. We'll be back with another banger. And as always, man, much love. One time for Super Earth. Hoorah! And for all my other divers out there, whether you're new, whether you're experienced, whether you've been around, whether you're new to the war, just remember, freedom conquers all. Much love, man. And I'll see y'all out there on the front lines. Straight from the SCS Leviathan and Wrath. It's your boy General Wise. We up out here. One time for Super Earth. Hoorah! And I'll catch y'all on the next one.